next one, this is kind of a bit more for kind of our clients, really. And obviously, some of them really do want to do things in-house. So what are the advantages of using Twitter and blogs, in particular WordPress, for SEO?
So WordPress is a great CMS platform for SEO because it does, I think, like Matt Cutts likes to say, it gets 90%, right, of the on-page SEO optimization done for you.
Yeah.
I don't think it's quite that high, at least not the default installation, but there are lots of plugins and ways you can mess with it and mock it up so that it does do things very correctly. The thing that I don't like about WordPress is it doesn't do, unless you do a lot of layers of customization and do essentially all the work that you would do to build your own platform.
Yeah, so completely strip a template down.
Strip it down, rebuild it from the ground up, do lots of great design things, blah, 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 blah. Just a standard kind of content, or WordPress in its standard form, the content in there looks very normal, plain, and not very link worthy.
Right.
And so I like customization. Let's go into the Twitter one.
Yeah.
So it's unclear whether Twitter directly influences SEO all the time. It almost certainly does when it comes to QDF, right? Query deserves freshness types of algorithms and fresh results. Obviously, it powers a lot of the real-time results that show up.
If you do a search for SEOmoz, obviously straight away, I think it's like the third or the fourth entry down, it's the typical rolling round, and new UMOZ posts and things like that.
So it's interesting because that will show up maybe half the time, and it only shows up when sort of new, fresh things are happening on SEOmoz, and like people. If you do a search on a Saturday, you'll never see it.
Why don't you work on Saturday?
Yeah, get to work. Bunch of lazy bums in Seattle, I tell you. But you can do lots of great things with Twitter for SEO, and those include, connecting with people who might potentially link to you, connecting with people who could be community members for you, tweeting back at people with links that will get visited, that might get, earn links or might get them to contribute content.
Okay.
And then there's good things that you can do too. So I think that building a good following on Twitter is a great way to potentially release and launch viral kinds of content.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of that.
Fantastic. Okay, great stuff. Moving on, what can small companies do right now to help their online presence? What would be the one key factor? Yeah. So would it be the social media side?
Yeah, it's a tough. I don't know that there's one that's going to be right for everybody. The chances are probably pretty good that it won't be. But if we take it down a layer, if you don't say all small businesses, but like small local businesses, I'd probably say that one of the simplest, easiest things that you can do is to have a decent web presence and register it with Google Local and to get into all the Google Maps listings.
Yes. Okay.
Because there's just so much search traffic around those kinds of things that happen today, and those Maps results are so dominant that being included in there can turbocharge a local business. Right. And just send you a lot more patrons.
Okay, fantastic. Great stuff. Yeah. And what's the most exciting project you have worked on and why? So, a whole SEOmoz.
The most exciting. So, I'll definitely say that when we were developing Linkscape, we were sort of like, kind of keeping it a secret internally and working on it for like a year. Yeah. And we'd taken venture capital money, and that was really exciting. I mean, it's just a few of us. I think there were 5 of us when we took VC, maybe 6 of us, and we scaled up to like 12 people pretty quickly. And I worked in a room with 2 top-notch engineer guys, Nick and Ben, and we just every day was building the web crawler to be more scalable, and what kinds of links should we value, and how do we build a good trust rank set, and what modifications should we make on the PageRank paper so that we don't infringe on the patent application, but we still get close to the current, what we think the current algorithm is going to be. Yeah. Do we test, we tested whether links higher up would pass more juice, or, bold things were better, so we could, that was super fun, crazy exciting.
Was that one of the best points then, do you think, of SEOmoz for you?
It was crazy exciting. And I mean, we get to do that a lot now. Like
Yeah.
we do iterations, you know, we roll out things like Open Site Explorer, and we work on the Moz bar, and we have a big, you know, launch we've been working on for like a year now, that's coming out this summer, and that's been an exciting process as well.
Yeah.
But I think that one was really exciting because it was the first time I'd ever been a part of anything like that, right? It's like suddenly, oh my God, you know, I've never had $10,000 in my bank account, and suddenly there's $1 million, right? And I'm going, oh my God, right? We gotta make this happen. We gotta do incredible things. We have to launch it, and then, you know, we launched it the day the stock market crashed, October 2008, right? Like the day that Bear Stearns like fell apart, and you know the market lost 30% of its value, and you know everyone's just panicking, and I'm downstairs in a hotel in New York, like eating breakfast, going, I wonder if this launch is going to work. I wonder if anyone's going to pay attention to this after what's going on here. And yeah, it did work. You know, we'd been sort of spending down, and then we were profitable again starting in December of that year. So it worked great.
Great stuff. Fantastic.